Good day and welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about header tags, and as the name implies, these are tags that are used for headings in a HTML document. So go ahead and create a new folder anywhere on your computer. I created mine in my downloads and I named it HTML. After that, you can go ahead and open your Chrome browser and then your VS Code. Then I'm currently in my VS Code. I'm going to click on File, click on Open Folder. So I'll navigate to where the new folder I created is. Mine is in my downloads and it's called HTML. So I'll click on it and select folder. So this is the folder over here. So for us to write the HTML code, we need an HTML document, and for us to do that, we can click on this first icon here which says new file, and then I'm going to name my index.html. So it has already been created. So in my previous video I said an HTML document can easily be interpreted by a browser, so therefore we need to link this document to our browser so that everything we write here can easily be displayed by the browser. So go ahead and right click on this document and then click on copy paths. Then I'm going to go over to open my Chrome browser, and in the address bar you can then paste it, and then for now it's empty, and that's because we've not yet written anything, but we're going to fix that in a moment. So go over to your Visual Studio and then let's start writing some HTML code. So for every HTML file, it has some starting of, let me call it, templates that once it is seen by anybody, it can easily be regarded as an HTML document. And VS Code makes it easy for us to actually write out these templates. We can just simply write HTML, and then this second one which says HTML5 is what we are going to select by clicking the enter key on your keyboard, and then it has written some codes for us. So let me quickly go over it. This first line which says doc type HTML specifies that this type of document over here is an HTML document. Then we have an HTML opening tag and an HTML closing tag. The opening tag specifies the beginning of the HTML document, while the closing tag specifies the ending of the HTML document, and is divided into two sections, which are the head section and the body section. The head sections contains things or text or codes that are usually needed by the browser to give it additional information, while the body section contains codes that are usually displayed by the web browser. So for this video, we are going to be dealing with the body section. We will later come back and tackle the head section later. So this video, we are going to be explaining heading tags, which are tags that are used for writing headings in HTML documents. And the first one we're going to write will be H1. And to write it, we'll first need an angle bracket, H1, and then another angle bracket that will close it. And then VS Code has helped us to easily complete it. This first one is the opening tag, while the second one is the closing tag. We can see that the opening tag just has an angle bracket, H1, and then another angle bracket, while the closing tag has angle brackets, a forward slash, H1, and another angle bracket. Now whatever we write in between the opening tag and the closing tag will be in H1 format. So let's quickly show that. So in between the opening tag and the closing tag, I'm going to write H1 and then save it by using Ctrl S on your keyboard. Then go over to your browser and then let's reload the page. And as we can see here, you've seen a text that says I am H1. Is bold and the format is also large. So this text is in H1 format. So let's go back to our Visual Studio and let's continue. So let me quickly explain it again. This is the opening and this is the closing. What is in between it will be in an H1 format. For this, we have, and for the opening tag, we have an opening angle bracket H1 and then a closing angle bracket, and then the text we want to be in the form of an H1 format, and then we have the closing one which specifies that after this closing tag, whatever comes after it, we don't want it to be in form of H1. So as we have H1, we also have H2, and it's also the same format to write it, which is an angle bracket H2 and another angle bracket, and then in between the opening and the closing tag, we write the text we want it to be in an H2 format. So for this one, I write I am H2, then save it as usual, go over to our web browser, and then we reload the page. And as you can see, it's still bold and the font size smaller than the H1. So this text is in H2 format, and then we can continue doing this on and on. And this H1, H2, it is up to H6. So let's quickly do that. So I'll come again and write angle bracket H3, another angle bracket, and vscode will help me complete it, and then I can simply write I am H3. Then we'll go over to our web browser to see it. We reload the page for it to take effect. So that's H3. We go over again to our Visual Studio, and then we'll continue. Sorry, H3. Yeah, H3. Save. Go over to our web browser, and then reload the page. Yep, H3. So let's go over back to our Visual Studio, and then let's quickly write up to H6. So for this, we can simply continue writing the angle bracket and so on, but is there another easy way that we can simply write the name of the tag we're actually looking for? Like for example, I need H4, and then Visual Studio will help me complete it, and I can simply write H4. So I'll do that again, H5, and this is what I'm looking for. Enter H5, on and on until the last one, H6, H6. Quickly save it, go back to my web browser, and then reload the page, and we can see we have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 up to H6. If we try to write, let's say H7, let's see what will happen. So I'll come over here, H7, and you can see Visual Studio does not actually have this option for H7 because it actually does not exist. So I'll come over here and let me write it manually, H7, save it, and let's see how it looks like in our web browser. So we can see it's actually like an ordinary text because it's not actually bold, and it's actually bigger than H6, and it's not meant to be. So if actually this exists, because from H1 to H6 we can see it is actually reducing, but instead when it got to H7 it actually had an increase, and it's also not bold. So we can see that H7 does not actually exist. It's only from H1 to H6. So let me quickly erase that. So to simply summarize all what we've done, the heading tags consist of H1 to H6, and as we go from H1 to H6, the font size gets smaller and smaller. We can use it for headings in different parts of our HTML document anytime we are building a web page, and we'll see that very soon. We use it for headings. Usually this H1 is usually used for the main heading, while H2 up to H6 can be used for subheadings or other parts in an article. So if you like this video, please leave a like and also subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.